fair here because it goes against the nature of the ground level producer to not use his best stuff. So there's got to be another explanation. Either it's not. I mean, it could not be as good as you think it is, although it sounds to me pretty powerful the way you just described it.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I mean, the only other explanation would be that somebody back at the office takes it out, but that would be hard to believe too. I mean, most show producers, not just the field producers, but most show producers would say to the person, "You got anything better?"
Mm-hmm.
And if they showed them what you just described, they'd say, "Holy cow, this is great. We're going to use this." So if these things are routinely not being integrated into productions of where producers have come to where you are and shot this stuff, that's troubling.
Yeah, well, we had one major, I don't want to get him in more trouble, one major newscaster or whatever came out personally and did a very good piece on this, and then we called back to call him up again and say, hey, we've got even better stuff now. They didn't even know where he went. I mean, he disappeared in a week, and I kept calling the secretary, and she says, no, she said, nobody of that name is here, and I go, wait a second, this is crazy. I have the footage with him on air, talking with your logo, everything else, and she said nothing's here, and I'm just going, oh my God.
You know, was this a local station or an
yeah, it was a local station, and just like other people that talked about chemtrails and things like that, all of a sudden they go off the air and they end up in Podunk, Ohio or something, and somewhere else, and they can't get a job anywhere else. But that's why I'm asking this question. It makes no sense to me with them saying that, look, if you got, with what we gave them, their ratings went through the roof. You would think they'd be coming back for more.
Well, by all logic, they would.
Yeah.
So there is something afoot that is not right because it's a violation of what's logical. So
exactly.
I don't know. Like I said, I hope you'll send me the URL of this footage you just described, and I'd like to look at it. And I think that's a worthy discussion.
Yeah, if you send me an email, we actually put a lot of the news footage and some of the best footage on a DVD,
Fantastic.
And we can shoot that out to you.
Well, it's all very interesting. I mean, it's all part of the same overall situation. But again, just to go back to the after disclosure world,
mm-hmm.
What you're talking about is this is the kind of trigger event applied to other things that, when taken together, can create a scenario that will lead to disclosure.
Oh yeah.
The thing that Richard and I have spent the last year obsessing about is, okay, let's not describe that so much. Let's describe what's going to happen after we disclose.
Okay.
And I think that's an underserved area of ufology, and I hope people, when they read the book, will feel that we took some educated guesses and got a few things right. We tried to write it, I guess, as if you were getting a think tank to do a briefing paper for you. That's kind of what we were looking to try to do for people.
Oh, yeah, we have, it's all over YouTube, too. I can send you those where the Boeing engineers, a couple are triple PhD Boeing engineers. They went on Coast to Coast with an Art Bell interview. You can listen to that. They're on the air actually talking about their experiences. And one guy goes, look, one guy's Skunk Works retired. He's way up there, and they actually went and testified on. And then the next day after they testified, they were freaking out because they go, we're probably going to get in trouble for this. But they were so shook up by the event that they went ahead and talked about it and didn't even think about, consequences later. But when you have the major PhDs behind you and Air Force base commanders and air traffic controllers and things like that, that have seen these things, and then you have cameras that are filming these things, that lets out any kind of mass hypnosis because the cameras don't have a brain.
No.
And when they show up exactly when you say they're going to show up and it's on record, one would think that contact might have already happened here. I mean, that's just common logic. But it just seems we don't go there.
Well, there's an aspect of human nature that's involved here as well. I have a friend I walk with once a week, and he's known that I've been working on AD after disclosure for the past year, and we've talked about it. And he said to me one time, well, I'm skeptical about that stuff. And I said, look, if I give you a couple of books to read, will you read them so that we can, I think that they would change your mind and you would feel that you were very informed on this subject. I was thinking of Dolan's 2 volumes, which I think are a pretty good way to bring anybody's game up. And he said, no, I really don't want to read them. I just don't want to take the time. And I said, well, wait a minute. So you're happy to have an opinion that you're a skeptic, but you don't want to know anything about the thing that you're skeptical of. You don't want to know. And he goes, well, yeah, I really don't. I just thought, okay, well, then this is going to be a very difficult person to convince. Most people, all the people that are out there like that, they're not open. He will be one of those when disclosure comes who is saying, wait a minute, how did that happen? Well, he has a chance to be getting prepared right now, but he's not. A lot of your listeners, obviously, are thinking about these topics, and they'll be ready. When the time comes, they'll be the ones helping their friends.
Yeah, especially the kids, too. I mean, I have a lot of nieces and nephews and these kids, and I was trying to talk to them about the UFOs, and they turn around to me and they go, everybody thinks they're circular. There's a lot of triangle craft, too, and they're black, and they start telling me things that, and they go, why are you trying to talk to me about it? Why are you trying to prove it to me? And they just look at me funny, like they just fully accept it. It's not a problem for them.
It's true, although I've got 3 kids and none of them are very much into it.
Yeah.
I just think the world currently, in the world of deny and ridicule that we live in, has sort of bifurcated into, and I don't know if they're exact halves or not, but let's just say that for the sake of argument, it's bifurcated into these 2 positions. One of them is, it just sounds too incredible and I really don't want to think about it. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where my friend and my kids kind of come down on it. And then the other side says, that sounds too incredible. I'd have to see some more. I'm going to have to look into this. So you got those 2 camps, and the only thing that disclosure is going to do is put them all on the same page, because suddenly, all at once, there'll be no more skepticism. You may want to know the details, but skepticism will be a banished concept in the world AD. By the way, the reason we call it AD after disclosure is we think the moment of disclosure is basically going to start the calendar again.
Oh yeah.
That people, it is more relevant to people today, the day that we decide to tell ourselves the truth about what's going on, so that you may have kids texting each other AD1, AD2, that kind of thing, because we're going to look at the calendar differently.
Well, I hope so. It's a pretty messed up calendar. I'm more into the Mayan calendar myself,
Well, I'm living in the world where everyone's using the current calendar, but even that calendar that we use now, I believe, was not officially adopted till the 500 something. So, we've changed calendars before. We've changed how we look at calendars and how we count time, and we'll probably do it again. We may not banish the old calendar, but clearly people of the future are going to give a lot of credence to the moment when mankind woke up and said, this is really happening.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've seen over and over people, I was going to also open and give you an invitation to bring your family and your friend up here to the ranch, and people that come up here like that usually go home totally turned upside down and have a whole different reality.
Absolutely. Well, I may take you up on that. We were talking before we went on. I'm a Pacific Northwest guy myself. I grew up in Oregon, and I love the area, and I have friends even in Washington State and so forth, and
we have some fun. Yeah, we have some fun technology here. We have the 3rd generation night vision, the military goggles, and other night vision equipment where we film these things, and we're actually filming into other dimensions as well here, and real time. You can actually see things going on all around you that you can't see with your naked eye because it only picks up a small part of the visible light spectrum.
Wow.
We have some fun toys here that make it very clear that there's more going on than people know, and just the paranormal activity that you can actually look at through this equipment turns people's heads, upside down. And then the ships usually come in, and then after that, usually when you have a big triangle ship fly over your head at treetop level, that usually pushes you over the edge.
You've seen big triangles up there?
Oh, yeah, massive triangles that phase out. They totally disappear.
You're not a believer that any of this is our technology?
I think it's both.
Okay.
I think we've back-engineered some triangles ourselves, but there were triangles before that. I mean, these giant triangles go back to the 1800s, and they're in official newspapers and accounts of people seeing these triangles. So there's one of two possibilities. Either these beings existed, way before we even had any of our back-engineering programs, or the back-engineering programs have time travel capabilities that are going back in time, one or the other.
I guess anything, when you're talking about a subject like this, anything is possible.
Exactly. That's where I go at it from. I just, I don't have a solid opinion on any of this. It's a flexible opinion because there's more information coming in on a regular basis, and we have to look at time travel. We have to look at black ops. We have to look at multidimensional beings. We have to look at the big picture and also the ancient history as well, which has a replete in UFOs and encounters. So you put all that together, and it's just so vast, it's hard to wrap your head around.
Definitely it is, but it's fascinating, and trying to wrap your head around it is a good parlor game, if nothing else. But again, what I want to leave you with is the notion that parlor game is coming to an end. There's a new game that's going to be introduced to society. The old game was, are they real? Mm-hmm. And the new game is going to be, what do they mean?
Exactly. So what's the best way to get a hold of the book again that we can get that information out?
Sure.
And also the best way to get your new DVD being released, the Dark Skies DVD.
Absolutely. A couple of ways. The book, you can get a signed copy of the book and a free MP3 of the song Need to Know, the UFO Disclosure song, if you order it through keyholepublishing.com. Mm-hmm. And that's where you can get AD After Disclosure. You can also get AD After Disclosure by simply going to Amazon. That's another way to get it, but it won't be signed.
Okay.
And the DVD set for Dark Skies is coming out officially on January 18th, 2011. You can pre-order it right now from Amazon. But, and this is kind of cool, if you were a Dark Skies fan and you want to, say, give it to someone for Christmas or give it to yourself for Christmas, you can order it from the company website, Shout Factory. So that's just Shout, S-H-O-U-T, Shout Factory. You can look it up on the net. And if you order it now, they will deliver it to you by December 9th. So you can actually have it for Christmas.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, so I'm thrilled. It's kind of an exciting time in my life to have this book out and the DVD series coming out at the same time. And they're, they're both thoughtful projects, I hope, that people will think that it'll give them something to think about and something to care about.
Definitely, yeah. I can't thank you enough for the work you're doing in bringing more attention to this field, and I'm sure there's more to the story, and we'll have to get you back on the air here soon, but we're out of time.
I've enjoyed my time. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you so much for coming on the show. All right, we're out of time. This is James Gillen with World Puja signing off. Have a great evening.